Welcome. My name's Brian Knight and I live in Melbourne, Australia. It's just turned 5 o'clock in the morning on a Friday for me, near the end of the market. Welcome, Tom and Anne. Let's just share this to start with. So this is a disclaimer. This is a welcome to this live FOREX analysis session. This is just for educational. There's a full risk disclosure here and a little bit about us as live session traders. Right. So, Tom, I thought I would miss out. I didn't put any sell stops in, but it's just, it has kept climbing out of the Tuesday. Anyway, let us stop sharing there and we'll share across onto the charts.
What do you mean you didn't put any self-stop?
Well, like for example, if you look at the chart here, AUD CAD, like just as a thing. So I didn't get into the buy on that.
No, I didn't either.
No.
I haven't taken a trade this week yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the sell, but it's like I saw it here, I saw it there, I went to bed, and I thought, look, it'll travel its way down. But no. It was interesting too with this, the way this setup is. See the little change here at the basically at the midline, and then it continued on. It's just interesting to observe, that's all. So I'm just waiting for potentially a sell. Looking at the news and stuff, there's a bit of news today. But, you know, whether that'll change it or not is another thing. So all of the AUDs, if you look at them, so AUD CAD, waiting for that. So, hey, Anne, if you've got any questions, yell out. There's just, I think we've only got
you know the Tuesday boxes.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a GAN box. What is it?
Yeah, that's a GAN box.
Oh, it is it? You've just taken out all the gubbins of it. You've just emptied it.
Yeah, it's just a box with a 50% line on it without
right.
any numbers.
Yeah. And
just really simple.
You include the candle from, what did you say? Hours 7
London open to just
London open.
Yeah, to just before London open on the Tuesday.
Oh, so it's the full 24 hours.
Yeah, that's 24 hours in there.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem. So, here's, AUD CAD. Well, all we're using is an X48 basically, and a little bit of, where is it? A little bit of twin range. That's it. Very simple. So, interesting if Darren's available to. He was saying, I find it. Need to understand when he said that he would have missed all the trades from the start of the year. So that's interesting. But whether he would have caught multiples of any of them. Anyway, AUD CAD, AUD CHF, waiting for that one. Oh, come on. Waiting for that also. I don't have a change. Well, I just got to wait for the X48s to kick in. There we go. Now, I don't have a change in the color yet, but we do have it in extreme at this point. Got that, got the long. But yeah, again, it did that little dip around the middle and then off it went again. ADJPY, same. As I said, I just kept, and then I thought maybe New York Open while I was asleep, it would drop itself down, but it didn't do it. All right. So it may be the start of it into the Asian session. We'll see. There's no color change here yet.
Would you just have a look at CAD JPY?
We will. I'll come down to that just in
Oh,
a
okay.
minute.
You go through in order.
No,
So apologies.
no, that's all right. That's all right. AUD, NZD, that was. I will in a second, and won't take long.
No,
We'll
no
get you down
rush.
there. Yeah. There we go. Well, that's interesting. Because I did, all of this, this is from last week to now, it's just sort of like it has gone up, but there's no, what do I say? There's no sort of significant movement to be able to gain a good percentage out of, right? And potentially here, if you look at the 4 hour, the 4 hour to the 2 hour, the 4 hour has broken. Hasn't quite come up to this point that I've marked off, but it doesn't mean it will. We may be getting a change on this. I might just mark that one. Not that I don't know if it'll be significant anyway, and we'll just look at it. At least it's different to what it was the last 24 hours. That's all. Okay, so it has AUD Singapore, crazy as well. Look at it. We come off all of this consolidation and poof, up it's gone. All right. Let's get rid of some of these while I'm here. Well, that's crazy. So if you look at it here, this is a significant move from, but it is still in the buy. So because of such a great, significant move up, there's more likely that we're going to get a nice pullback down to an imbalance. And then if it does, it might move back up again. So that's what I'm looking at. AUD USD is also too. Done the same sort of thing. We've just come now to near the end of the New York session, and it's doing a little pullback. So don't have too much craziness going on there. No color change in this pattern. We don't have a short. There's not any sign to get into a sell trade at this point. You agree, Tom?
Yeah, but you know what I am personally doing, because these lines move, the rails, the white rails, they move with the trade. All I'm doing is I have a sell position in this. So I put my placeholder in, and all I'm doing is I take my stop and put it at the top where the red arrow caused the candle to change. That's the stop. And then my entry is right here at the white line.
So you're putting a sell stop in?
Yeah, I'm using this literally as a placeholder. So I'm not going to get caught by surprise at all, because it's going to come through that rail eventually. So all I'm doing is I'm just backing it up. So as this comes down, it's going to turn, you're going to get a solid white, and then you're going to get a pullback, and then you're going to get a short. And by then the white rail will have ran up to that area. So all I'm doing is just closing that gap. So it's just an easy way, because these white rails repaint. It's an easy way to track.
They move. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have it on there as a trade at a track.
Right. Because eventually it's going to come over that white rail.
So it'll either do one of two things. Well, the first most likely is it'll pull down, give you a short, it'll come back up again, give you a long to a
No,
short,
no way.
potentially.
No,
Sorry?
typically if you look at these, if you look at other ones like these, like down there at the bottom, when they change, you typically don't get a long on this side of it. Even on that candle, the candle was on the other side.
Right. You'll only get a short and that's it.
You'll only get a short.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying you can have the arrows like down there at the bottom, the green arrows, and you have your entry at the white line. Well, if you'll notice at the white line, it dropped. Well, I should say it took off. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you'll notice where it changed from red to green,
Mm-hmm.
actually look where the candles are.
Yeah, it's here.
They're down there at the white line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my entry is. Once I know it's gone out of this and I have the green candle,
Yeah.
I start watching it down here at the white line.
So let me maybe rephrase it then. It might not get a short long, but you will get a short, you'll get potentially a pullback. Like you can see here, you get, oh no, it was a long, yeah, and then it did pull back there.
Mm-hmm.
Like after the long, it did come back. So there is another, and then it took off.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially here we'll get a short, we'll get a pullback, and then potentially a drop. But it may do that at the line too, as you said, but maybe even earlier. We'll just see what happens anyway. It's just we're only looking at this from yesterday to today, so
Exactly.
it's only a 24-hour period, and that's not very long in this
Right.
type
But what
of
is
trading.
education in 24 hours?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
What to look
yeah.
for, how this thing responds.
Or you have a situation, this is option one, as I said, would potentially get a short or not, and then it'll pull back up a bit and then drop, or it will just basically go down with little hiccups along the way. That's it. It's interesting because if you look down here on this chart, it's saying that, and I've been watching this as well a bit, Tom, this 4 hour and daily is still bearish. So we're still, the overall higher time frame trend, I mean higher meaning 4 hour and daily, or daily to 4 hour, is basically a sell.
Right.
It's just in these shorter time frames here, it's still in this buy. But what we want longer term trades with the trend from a higher time frame perspective.
Yep.
So that's why a sell would be potentially more beneficial than any buys. Okay. And that's maybe the reason if we had started this a month ago, you probably wouldn't take that trade, even though it was probably, where are we from that long, say up to there, it was 100 pips in 2 days. Okay. Well, that's how you do USD. But interesting to watch all of these potential opportunities everywhere.
So why did you say you wouldn't get in it? Sorry?
Because the higher time frame is saying it
Yeah,
is.
you don't know what it was. You don't know what that was saying at that point.
Oh no, they were. Yeah, no.
That's
but
presuming that they were.
Yeah, they tend to change quite slowly, Anne. And I've been watching this over the last. We could go back, but they were also bearish
Hmm.
because what they're doing is they're taking the information from this 4
Yeah.
hour and
Yeah.
or daily, saying, well, it hit that, came down, it hasn't broken. Well, this now has broken that high, but it's still saying, see how that has pulled down that bit. If you look, where is it?
Yeah, that's just a sweep of liquidity at the top.
Correct. Come back to there. So it came up, didn't come up high enough, went in, came back, didn't go, it went down, oh, came back up here and took that out. Now, as you see, it's ready to sort of pull itself back down again. And this is an engulfing candle rather than any of these little retracements that it sort of did. That's Wednesday. That's Thursday. Yeah. Okay. So you could have taken that, and that's fine. But what I would say is it would be difficult for you to forecast the
Yeah, how
extent.
much of a retracement it's going to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Because if you look at the 4 hour, and I'll just go over here and well, boy, look at all these. Push up, down there, push up. That was significant, and then push up, and then you look at all of these in here. Like, they didn't break any of these. This one broke the high there and then pulled down back. You would think, like, oh, okay, it only goes to there to the middle and then it might drop back out. But this looks like a small
Yeah.
low here. So that's why if you're taking, I think this is what sort of Tom you were saying yesterday, is that your choice of taking a trade is more in the higher time frame trend at that lower time frame, at the hour, 2 hour, than you would taking it opposite that or against that.
Right.
Good. I thought that's what you said yesterday, so I was just sort of following that as well. All right, now,
yeah, and the more of those bullish and bearish squares that you have there in that chart,
yeah.
the more direction all those are in, the better the trade.
Correct. Yeah. CAD CHF. This, the CHF is still. We'll wait for the strengths to come up as well. You'll see here it's not. That Swiss franc is still like sitting way down, way down. See, down at the bottom down here, down the bottom on the higher time frame. Now we've been waiting for this, for example, at a higher time frame to turn, but still it hasn't made that move. Like, it's going to go down. Yes, it went down. Yeah, it's going to go down. Yes, it went down. But like, it's not really.
Where are you getting your strength table from?
This table?
Top right.
Oh, that one is from masculine relative strength.
Okay.
And that has been sitting down there right on the ground for months.
Yeah.
And if you look at all of the whatever's with Swiss franc, it's just been weak on the Swiss franc. And yes, it pulls, up and down a little bit, but there is no significant trade other than the trend direction. And you could see it on the daily. It is just, it's saying, bearish on that, but basically everything else is bullish. Right, so CAD-J, this is one that to watch. I think we've got, now we have a short. Oh, yes. Okay. Wait for the X48 to kick in.
Yeah, I just got into it, which is why I was saying I'd be interested in opinion on it. So. Now, I actually got into it because I looked at a harmonic scan on it and thought, and took the numbers from there. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, you've got that push up. It now has created the short. It's pulled down to here. It may just continue for a bit, or what we might see is a pullback up before it drops back off. But
yeah,
that's
what I
certainly
wanted to ask you was,
Mhm.
do you wait for the short sign on the 4 hour as well as the 2 hour?
Well, no, not necessarily. I
And the
mean,
fact that your time frame thing, your 1 day trend was bullish, would you just not have bothered with it,
um, this is, as I said, this is about a 24-hour. Like we're still doing the same thing, looking at these triangles and stuff like that. But this certainly could be a trade, or it could have been a trade. You probably got in about there. I mean, this could have been
I
like,
did. I got in exactly
yeah,
there to the beginning of
yeah,
that. Yeah.
this could have been like that, for example, or
I did that. Yeah.
that, for example,
Yeah.
and where you're at is there. It could. So this is something I've been chatting about for a while. It's like, well, where do you place your TP in relation to this? Is it sort of the middle, because it could sort of come down and sort of bounce around a bit, or are you talking about it potentially come to the other side of the rail, which it could do too? But what we're waiting for is a couple of things. You could have got in a lot earlier, because in actual fact, at that point there, I don't know if you can see it, but at the 2 hour, see there's a change of color just there on that,
Is
the
that from your Hunter, from your X43?
X48.
48. Yeah. Sounds,
Yeah.
it's funny actually, because we have not that I use it, but there is a local bus service with that number. And it's next. So when you say we're waiting for the X, always makes
Wait for
me
the
think waiting for
X48.
the bus.
Mm. So this now could, and like, what has it moved? That one candle has moved 20 pips already. So if you see that, the weighting there to when that changes. Now, I don't know, that changed on that candle. So it just depends. I was waiting this, having a look at it actually before I went on. And it was creating that candle, and we did have a little bit of red. So it's just been there at that time. So what are your thoughts, Tom, on this one?
Not ready.
You don't think it's ready yet?
Nope.
Only purely because of this down here
That
on
middle
the.
line is not green. I mean, that middle line is not red. Everything on that chart says bullish.
Oh, the middle line's not red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Right.
Because that can come down, bounce around that middle line, and go pull right back up again.
Yeah.
Just like it did over here.
Yeah.
See how this line's green? No,
Yeah.
on the 2 hour.
Yeah.
See how the line's green the entire time, the middle line?
Yeah. This
Take
one.
that chart across.
Oh, that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. See how the line's green the entire time?
Yeah.
Are you
All the
getting
way through
short?
there.
Yep, you sure are. You're getting short. Yep, you sure are. I don't want the short. I want the long. So I don't care if this is going short.
Oh, because it's bullish.
That's right. It's all bullish. So I want the long only.
Mm.
Now, if this comes down and pushes down, spikes out the bottom, pulls back up, turns that line red, then I only want sell.
Yeah.
That line has to change colors before I'm interested in going in the
Yeah,
opposite direction.
because you want
I
that.
want that move.
You don't want this move that it'll come back
You don't
up
know you're
again.
going to get that move is the problem.
Yeah. Mm. Well, you know that there's get rid of that for me. You know there's going to be a sell, but you have no idea of
Sure.
how much that sell will be.
Exactly. It
Yeah,
could come down 3/4 and not beat the fair value gap there just below that
yeah,
green line,
yeah,
and then turn,
and go back up.
go slow and get along and head back up and beat that high.
Yeah,
So if I get this pushed
which
down,
it did just there.
exactly. So when it
Yeah.
pushes down, push down all the way over here on the 2 hour, and it gets
Mm-hmm.
to the other side of the rail, and I get a
Mm-hmm.
long, or I get an
Mm-hmm.
arrow, or I get a
Mm-hmm.
change of color from the whole suite, I'm in that long. I want to
If
beat
it
the high.
if it stays green in that middle, then that's more.
Yeah, to take the long, it would have to be
Yeah,
green in the middle. If it's red,
yeah,
I'm waiting for the
for,
pullback
yeah, for the
and then
short.
taking short.
Yeah.
This is a
That's right.
waiting game. That's
Yeah,
all this is.
absolutely.
It's a waiting game. You
For
got to be
longer
in the
term,
right
for
direction.
longer term trades.
Right. You got to be in the right direction,
Mm-hmm.
right way on the charts where it says
Mm-hmm.
chart. You got to be bearish. Got to be pushing
Mm-hmm.
down. You got to have the red line and you got to have the short with the
Yeah.
arrows.
Yeah.
That's when you take these trades. If you're going against, 5 different chart settings where it says everything's a buy and you're selling it,
Yeah.
you're taking a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're taking a chance.
Which Anne's doing, but she's doing it off something else. She's doing
Right,
it
but
off
she could be looking at this chart completely different than I am,
mm,
and she's like, no, this is going to change, and I'm going to get a good trade out of it. And I hope she gets a good trade out of this, a couple
mm,
hundred pips maybe.
mm.
But
That,
but
And
it's the
mind you,
way
I
you got to
suppose
look.
that's it. I'm on a different mindset at the moment. I suppose I have to change my mindset with this because if I get 50 pips, I'm totally happy. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
you know
me
what, that'll
too.
do me. Thank you. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
So I think it's great you're taking it. I'm not knocking you for that. I'm just saying for me, it doesn't have the criteria
Yeah, no,
I'm looking for to
I
take
can
the trade.
absolutely see the reasoning behind waiting and yeah, going for the long on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
But it also too though, Tom, this could be the swing high for it to turn longer term into a sell.
Which
Yeah,
means
which means that center line would have to change color,
that's right.
and
Maybe
then
that's
you
what Darren was meaning about missing stuff, you know.
Maybe.
mm,
Because
mm,
if that goes short and doesn't come back for you, then
What have
you've
you
missed it.
lost? But what have you lost?
yeah, nothing. That's
And
right.
you
Well,
mean to tell me it's going to go in a straight line for so long it's never going to have a pullback? No. No. You're going to get a pullback at some point, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
which direction it's going. This could be a pullback.
You've never been in a gold trade, Tom. They just
Yeah,
never ever come back, you know.
sure, and
Oh,
yeah,
Look at that. Look at that huge long there on the 4 hour. That huge
yeah,
straight line.
Here
Yeah,
from here,
that's
basically, all the
one
way up
move.
there. Yeah, I
That's
know.
one move. Look at
Yeah,
all the hundreds of moves before it that weren't that long. That's why I'm not
300.
worried about the ones that are taking off today going, oh my gosh, look at that. They're running like crazy. Good, let them run.
Yeah,
It just means when we
because we
change
weren't
direction, it's
there.
just going to
We
fall
weren't
further.
there for that long to be able to secure that. That's the thing.
Well, I was. I literally watched it. It wasn't what I was looking for. I'd
Mm.
rather miss it and be wrong
No, the
than
long
be
I'm
wrong
saying.
and lose money.
The long I'm saying down here, back
Oh,
on
yeah.
12th of March. That's what I'm just saying.
Right. And all I'm saying is if you have that 4 hour, green candle there, how many candles after that did it run before you decided to get in on that 4 hour long?
Well, you got a long there, and then you got another long there.
And you got another arrow, and then you got another triangle.
Another triangle, then another triangle.
Yeah. You know what I mean? At some point, you're going to go, hey, maybe this is going up.
Yeah. There's one opportunity. Sorry. Well, there's one opportunity if you took it, but then a definite one, another one, and another one. There's like 3 trades there.
And the middle line is green.
Yeah.
So even if I missed that big short down, man, look at that big short I missed right there at the end. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I watch all these other ones like the AUDs just traveling, they're just traveling.
Yeah,
Let it travel.
Yeah.
You're not missing a thing.
No, that's right. Because they're all set up for longer term sells. Yeah.
Right.
This is a longer term buy. So really you want that pull down and then change, give us a long and then get into it.
That's right.
And
just like the 4 hour over there to the left, that last peak that didn't have an arrow to your left.
Oh, that here, yeah.
Yeah, see, look where it pushed down and then gave you the long. Right there in the center.
Oh, there, yeah.
Up one to your left.
Oh, there.
Okay, so see where that short pushed it down and then you got the long and it pushed it up? You still didn't get an arrow, but the line changed red.
Oh, yeah, it changed red there, yeah.
So I would get into that short.
Yeah. Because that's telling you a longer term.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then this is changing down here. You might not got the first long, but you would have got the next one. Not on the 4 hour, but on the 2 hour, definitely.
Yeah.
As I said, down. You might not have got that one because the line was still red. But the second one, the line's green, and that's it. And as you said, you got that and green, and green. Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't taken a trade yet. And I've been looking at this all week. And it's like, you know what? It's just not in the right position to take a trade. And it's kept me out of so many bad trades. Could I have caught pips? Yes.
Yeah,
but I'm getting out of the mindset. I'm just trying to get out of the mindset of I got to catch some pip. I don't want pip. I want direction.
Yeah.
Give me direction. If I know which direction it's going in, the pips will take care of itself.
Yeah. You want great trades, just not any trade. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once you get out of the mindset of I'll take 50 pips, Sam, and you start saying I want a minimum of 1,000 pips, let's say. Well, at that point, you're just looking at direction.
Yeah.
Because the market's going to take it, 50 pips or 1,000 pips, whatever it wants to do. You just want to be in the right direction to let it do what it wants to do.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's the whole purpose of this relaxed strategy is stuff that we're working on, is that we can just do it in a very relaxed manner, not having to grab bites. Rather,
exactly,
we're having full meals or a banquet over a number of months or weeks. Right, let's go down a bit further. Oh, how are you? And I agree with Tom, great, take that trade. I'm just and all of the indicators that we had, like on that, CAD JPY was and you had I'm trying to think of the name. Anyway, it would have had oh God, Anne, I'm trying to think of the word that you've got a retracement off it, so it's fair enough.
Oh, you mean the scan?
Thank you. I keep thinking triangle.
I
I
couldn't
keep
even,
thinking
sorry, I wasn't doing it deliberately. I couldn't think of what you were trying to say. Like, what? Oh, God,
No, you got a scan
Keep
which
going.
said there'd be a churn.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like this
Yeah.
X48's telling you that as well without having a scan come up. So, and I just was waiting all yesterday, basically watching it do this to then drop out. Interesting. All right. CHF JPY. This is in the opposite direction because of that and the Japanese yen together. There's a fair bit of sideways movement. Nothing really. You know, you've got a green to a red to a green to a red. You know, very much. And that changed it with a short. Now you could have taken that short, but it's like I just think that this is not. You can see where it's changed there, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
To red right there where you got the short, but the big drop. I mean, it's would have been difficult to particularly take. Now the thing is, the daily is a bullish, and then we've got a mixture, which is just not. How do I put it? It's not that favourable, is it? Really?
Nope.
So you can see where it is in sell. Now this may be a good trade. You know, this pullback up. If this stays red and we get, no, you're going to get a long, aren't you? No,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to get another short burst. I don't think you have shorts together. I think
No,
they
you don't.
alternate.
They alternate, yeah.
Yeah, they alternate. So you haven't had a long here, so it'll have to go to long before you'll get another short. But you know, it's sort of not wanting to break this, is it? Anyway, uh, something I haven't even marked it.
What is it on the 4 hour?
What do you mean? The
What's the middle
center,
line?
it's red still.
It's still red.
Yeah, but if you wait for the 4 hours, you might have missed the move here on the.
On the 4 hour, you don't even have a short yet.
No, no, because it's still just bobbing around the middle to the bottom outside, to the middle to the bottom outside. That's all it's doing. It hasn't even pulled back up to the rail anywhere, except for there it did, but. Yeah, just not marking that one. So euros, this one I was watching. So Euro AUD, if you look at the 4 hour now and we'll wait for the X48 to kick in, you do have the short. It is red. That would have been a damn good trade. I didn't take that. But the point is, okay. How to put this? We don't have a red triangle, but we do have a short. So pull down back up. Now you've got green, you would be out of it. So let me just put on a placeholder for a short. You probably won't get until there somewhere. It depends. You might have only had a stop loss like that or further up. Just depends on what you've done. And if you're out, it just depends on where the stop loss and where you've actually put the trade. But if you look at this, look at this. Everything 4 hour, down is basically all bearish. The daily says that it's actually bullish.
Go look at the daily. Let's see what that looks like.
It's
That's
taking
where
it
it says
from
bullish from.
here.
Yep.
Right,
So, yeah.
they've just announced that they're going to let Ukraine join NATO, so expect fireworks from the trades.
Hey,
They just
That's-
announced that?
That is 5 minutes ago, apparently.
Wow.
Now, who's said it? Who knows? You know.
and when will that occur?
Exactly. Is it the decision makers that have announced it, or somebody with a wishful thinking? I don't know, but it is trending news, etc., from 5 minutes ago. So.
Wow. Now, what have we got? Oh, that center line. Oh no, it's still green. So what? So this was the question I was going to ask Tom. It's like, well, the daily is saying that it's bullish. Is that because of the green line back from the start of the year, the 4th of January?
I can't answer that. I don't know. But that's where I
don't
would
know
assume
either.
it started.
Maybe it's from where the dotted lines begin or whatever. I'm just sort of trying to work it out from because if you look at it on the daily, how far you go back, or do you say it's actually on a, bearish, but it must be this green here. Well, not must be, sorry, it could be related to this green center line being like that's when it turned, then that daily may have turned from bearish to bullish. Okay. We don't know, but that's just where it is at the moment.
Well, I think you're onto something there, because if you go down in time frame, the daily, the line's green, but everything else, the line's red. So they must base this off the X48, what the current color is of the line.
Let's have a look. It says on the 4-hour that
and the line's red. In every time frame that it says, all the
red.
lines match
to be
what
red.
it says in that little chart.
Yeah. So it's green to red to red to red. Okay.
Which is really helpful to know.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you go back here now to the 2-hour, see that one's bullish. So that's saying that midline is
bearish
green
on the daily.
Yeah, on the daily, that's right. So really, if you want, well, it depends on where it is in that cycle though, too, Tom. Because
what happens on the lower time frames first is what's going to change the higher time frame. So it may be bullish now on the daily, but the lower time frames are turning to go into a bigger drop from the daily.
Yeah. Because the daily would be the last one to move, or
right.
Yeah, okay.
But if you're waiting for that daily to change, you could have missed a very nice sell.
Yeah, but what?
You can't be turning your nose up at a 4-hour sell, surely.
No. And you're right. You're right there. But I suppose what Tom's alluding to is that 4-hour sell might only be relatively short-lived because, well, potentially because the daily is still in that sort of bullish. It hasn't turned red yet for it to go into sell. So there will be, pull back up, which maintains that daily bullish
Yeah.
trend.
I suppose it depends on how far you wanting to push it, because then you can start looking at weekly, monthly, you know, it's,
Oh,
or are you saying, you know what, for the purposes of what I'm doing, 2 hour, 4 hour, you know what, if they're agreeing, I'm happy with that. I'll go for
yeah,
it.
yeah. I think that
Heck yeah.
it doesn't mean you won't take that other information like from a daily into perspective. I think that that's
Mm.
because, like, for example, CHF JPY, you look at that and you go like, that's all over the shop. That's why you're not going to take a trade in it. But this definitely, I think, for example, at the moment, if this pulls back up, well, as or if this pull back up, it depends on what it was, and we get a short on it. I mean, that short is what could have been taken, and that short, and that short, and that short. I mean, this has got multiple advantages to it because
Hmm.
it's north of the rail. It's got a number of triangles, plus it's got a short, plus you got a change in color.
Hmm.
Like those things together would say, even if this pulls back up, it ain't going to break this high. It's less likely that it'll break the high. And so if, for example, you were in that short, which or somewhere here, which was back on Tuesday, the 19th
Funny
of
how that happens,
March.
isn't it?
It's funny how it happens. Tuesday, the 19th, from say there, after the short, the pullback, to there, that's 200 pips in 15 days. But the point I want to make is at no point does this come up and breach or break any of this here. It came up there, it came up there, sure. You know, you give back, but then it just drops back off again. Because you've got this red continual line that stays in here,
Hmm.
which you just go, yeah, I'll just stay there. And then bang, it drops off again.
Or take another trade, take another short.
Or go, yep, she pulled back, I'm taking another one. Well, it'd be interesting here though. If you took that short, you'd be in drawdown back there. Another short, you'd be in drawdown back up there, and then you'd be in positive with all of them.
Yeah, you
Yeah, but
wouldn't
that's why
really
I
want to be
say,
taking a short there though, while it's so close to the midline.
there you go.
But if you took the following short and the following short, actually you've really increased your chances of it working, if only down to the midline. I mean, how far is it there from your white line down to your midline? Yeah, that one.
60 pips?
Yeah, you know what? Hey, happy days.
Heck yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's right, Ed. Happy days. But the point is, you could have like, 1, 2,
Well,
3,
no,
4 trades,
like I say, I wouldn't
5
take that one.
trades.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that one that's too close to the midline. I just bought the other. And actually, you know what? I wouldn't take that last one either. So, hey.
This one.
But yeah, but maybe I wouldn't have got out of that one, actually.
That's right.
I wouldn't be taking another trade because it's too close down, but I wouldn't have. So I'd have taken 1, 2, 3, and be still in one.
Yeah.
But if I'd done that, you're gonna go.
But you may have got out of this trade down. You may have got out of this trade because it came out the rail and gave you a triangle.
Yeah, no, I would. No, yeah, you see, I would.
He wouldn't because that midline
the line
is
did
still
not
red.
change.
Yeah. Whereas
the line
I'd say,
did not change.
What? If I've got I'm going to go with probably about 80 pips there, something of that nature.
150 pips.
Yeah. So, and I see a long and a green arrow now. I'm going to go, I'll have my 150, thank you. And then the next one down, I've got another 60. So there's 210, another 60. In fact, actually, another 100 and odd. So I'm going on for 400 pips there.
Yeah.
And I've not had to
I think
stay in
that makes you
anything.
a good trader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell
that
you
ain't no
what,
joke.
good trader or no good trader, am I happy with that number of pips over that period of time? Absolutely.
Mhm.
On one pair.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Without having to look at a scan.
Exactly.
Mm.
It was good actually, though. As I say, I did look at the scan just to see. Number one is the one. Yes, there is, and it gave me a nice entry, and gave me an idea of. And then that's all I wanted was the entry. To be quite honest, on a shorter time frame, I just wanted a 30-minute entry rather than a.
Mm.
And as it so happened, of course, you being you, Brian,
Yeah.
told me exactly where I'd got in, which was exactly where the 30-minute entry was,
Yeah.
without
Yeah,
looking at it.
Yeah, no, I knew where that was. That's all right.
No, I just, it was good for me. It was a bit of reassurance on, oh, hang on, where's the best entry? So,
Oh, that's okay. It's cool. Well, this is interesting now. We've got a couple of trades here. This doesn't mean that this is going to come up to the outside or whatever it is. And like we're at the end of the trading week now. What have we got here? What's a bit of news? That was that balance of, oh, get out of there. That's what's that one? Balance of trades all happening. Okay. Oh,
that's
it's not
something I
farm
was going to
payroll
ask
this week, isn't
actually.
it?
No, that was last week.
Hmm? No.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was Easter. Do you not remember? It was a very weird non-farm payroll because it was Good Friday was non-farm payroll. Unless I'm losing the plot. What was?
Okay. No, it was Reserve Bank stuff. Here we go. Wait a minute. Where we go? Here we go.
Oh, it was
Okay.
FOC. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
non-farm payroll this week.
Right.
Employment, Fed, full-time employment change. This Canadian US stuff is all going to happen. It's the end of this week.
Yeah, because of course it's the first Friday. What am I thinking?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's quite all right, Anne. We'll keep each other honest.
Listen, I'm lucky if I remember which day of the week it is.
Well, here where I am, it's Friday, and I think it's still only Thursday evening for you.
It certainly is. Yeah.
So look, if you look at Euro AUD, that's a great example of what we need, what we're wanting to now look at, Tom, isn't it? I mean,
Right. Actually, that's good that it's non-farm payroll tomorrow because that actually does beg the question: if something moved significantly because of NFP, would you be entering it? Would you consider entering a trade on a Friday and holding it over a weekend?
No.
You wouldn't, Tom.
No.
Okay.
How about you, Brian?
I would think seriously about it, but probably not. Purely because it will go into market open, go a bit crazy, and then Tuesday it could potentially change direction.
Yeah.
So that's all.
So really, most of your trades, what I'm looking at on that, the boxes
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Or even
that's
Wednesday,
where they have.
Thursday, is it? If you're waiting for the change.
No, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't worry about.
All right.
Like the box is there, but I'm looking for. From Monday it settles, and then it sort of makes its decision for the week to a certain extent.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I know, Tom, I questioned him yesterday, actually, after we sort of made some of these changes. And I said to him, "Are you still using the Tuesday box?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, yeah, sure, doing that." So I think the Tuesday is still relevant because that's potentially where they will start making their potential change of direction move, or play round. But that doesn't stop me from potentially taking a trade after the market opens. But because for me, it's not necessarily, how do I put this? It is London Open Tuesday, but I start to sort of get the setup before that because of where I live, for example, coming out of that sort of Asian session on my Tuesday, which is before your Tuesday, if that makes sense. But this, like, I look at this now and say, oh my gosh, yeah, that midline, look at that red. Tom, this is a question. Are you taking into account any of this other green, red, or we can get rid of it, really? I mean, does that add any?
I don't have the cloud on, actually.
He's not there. He's muted at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm asking, are you talking about that whole suite thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cloud on it. Yeah, I got rid of that.
Well, the only reason I have it on there is it just gives me a really more of a visual.
Yeah.
So
Of that moment of change.
Right. It's that moment of change that I can't. I don't want to have to rely on those shorts and longs. So unless they combo, because you got to remember the whole suite repaints, and so do the twin range.
Yeah.
So unless they're a combo, if it said short and I got into the short and then it erased
green
or just went away,
yeah,
then I'm stuck using phantom shorts and long.
Yeah.
Or I get rid of the shorts and long and say, okay, I only want it when the whole suite changes.
No, but look at it. It jumps around all over the joint.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
right.
I kind of look at it as a combination of things.
Yeah. But you see, you've got here, like this whole suite comes to the outside of the X48, but the price is nowhere near it as well. It's because of that violent movement up. It shoots it out past it, and then it pulls it back down again.
Right.
So, but it may, well, I'm just saying it may have helped here because at this point here where you've got a short there and you got long there, then you do a short. Because this is not out at the rail of the X48, but it changes red in that whole suite or the cloud or whatever you want to call it, those two together could indicate a much stronger sort of sell that's about to occur, even though it's not outside the X48 and we don't have any sort of triangle.
But
if you do that, though, then you're actually starting to compromise
the rule
or system, the rule that says don't do it unless it's on the white, unless it's out of the white lines. The only time you do that,
right?
Yeah, the only time you do that then is if it was a continuation trade. And would you take a continuation trade when it's so close to your midline? My argument would still be no, you wouldn't.
Wow.
Right.
For me, it's so close to the outside rail. It's a different way of looking at it. For me, that's really close to the outside rail. It's much closer to the outside rail than it is to the midline.
Yeah, but you have to understand these white rails repaint.
I do. I know that absolutely,
so
Tom. I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that white rail may have been much
Oh, yeah.
higher.
It may have been way up here when, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Because
mean,
of
yes,
this pull
now
down,
we're
it's
close.
actually pulled down further. Yeah, okay.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally agree.
So I agree with Ann. I would not have taken that. And what did you really lose? Nothing.
Yeah,
Because now you
nothing.
got
So,
your green triangles. You know it's
yeah,
going to
now
come
it's
back
come
at
back
some
up.
point.
Yeah.
It's already past the white rail on this side.
So what you're waiting for is for a pullback up, a non-farm payroll click, and be outside the rail ready for a short and a triangle and red triangle and ready to go down.
Yes,
Okay, gotcha.
that's it. I mean, literally, that's it. Because these green triangles don't mean anything right now because we're in a downtrend.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't
So
mean
one
anything.
day
That's
is
right.
bullish, and that's going to change because it's bullish, but it's still in the center where it's deciding which way to go.
Yeah. And
So,
the further it goes down on the lower time frame, the sooner it will change the daily.
and the farther it's going to travel down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm waiting for this green arrow to push this back up now because again, it's a waiting game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get my long.
Mm-hmm.
How far is that long going to travel before it gets to the other side of the rail, gives me a red triangle, gives me a short, and then really sweeps the bottom?
Mm. Mm. With the non-farm payroll push and Ukraine into the, oh my God. It depends on when they'll be accepted into NATO and
I
then whether
think
NATO
even the rumination that they will be is going to cause
they're trying to
raised eyebrows. There you go. I was trying to think of the right response.
they're trying to pre-Trump, are they? Or
Oh, just I don't know. You despair sometimes, don't you? Really?
well, hey, it's when you got idiots and megalomaniacs and it gets
Oh, I
people
know.
killed.
We've all
People
got 'em.
killed.
We've all got 'em.
Yeah. What within us, Anne?
Oh no,
You know that
no! I don't think so. I think ruling us. We all seem to have a chance for putting that lot in charge.
Look, Anne, I'm sure if you were given the opportunity to take over the world, you probably would. Come on.
Oh, I'd do it properly, though. You know what? I'd have you on board. You know, Tom could be our American delegate. You know, it'd be great.
Oh, gosh. All right, now we've analysed that one to the nth degree. All right, EuroCAD. Let's have a look at this one. Where we're at. See, what am I doing? Got to do some real tidy up on this stuff. I started yesterday and I got diverted because we've had a tomato explosion here. It's sort of the end of the tomato season. And I've got 30 kilo of tomato sauce I'm cooking. So I was tidying things up here and just got waylaid. Right now, see on the daily, it's still a bullish. We do have a green. Look at that long green. Right, yeah. So what do we got happening here though? This is a bit of a mixed bag, Tom.
no, same rules apply.
As in,
Daily is bullish, 5-minute, 15. You have equal amounts bullish and bearish.
yeah.
So we know it's ranging.
Yeah.
Okay. So just because this pushed up, you got a couple arrows, doesn't mean it's not going to push up a little higher. What I'm waiting for is that line to turn green. It just did. This move created that green.
Wow, it's yeah. Ah,
Okay.
so what you reckon? You feel that this will be a swing low down here.
Yep.
We'll get a pullback and
Yep.
then we'll start going back up again.
Yep. Because it's going to
Okay.
create bullish across the board.
Yeah, but it may not come to the other side of the X48.
So what am I really waiting for then?
You're waiting for it to come to the other side of the X48.
I'm waiting for longs.
Okay. Yeah, but you just said, like, for example, in your AUD, if it's in the middle and you get along, you wouldn't take it.
Right. It's got to be towards the white rail
Yeah.
at the bottom for me to take the long.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that could happen from
Because at some
non-farm
point it's
payroll.
going to get to that white rail. It
Yeah,
may travel
yeah.
for a while, but it's going to
Yeah.
pull back to that white rail at some
Of
point.
course it is. You can see where it's done it there. Bang to bang to bang to bang to bang to bang.
Yep.
It's going to come back to it.
That's the beauty of Forex. It's short
What
moves.
the predictability.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all short moves. I mean,
But
we get some
it
moves
only takes a
sometimes.
couple
The
of years to
majority
get to
of it
that
is
predictability, Tom.
it's what?
It only takes a couple of years to get to that predictability.
Yeah.
How many years you've been going now with it?
Be my 5th year.
Yeah, I think I'm up to my 8th, 7th or 8th, something like that. Yeah. Been a journey. Okay, yeah, true. So this will pull back down again. We know that. I mean, it could travel up a bit, but it's going to come back to the rail because I'll just pull back and yeah. Okay. And so then take a long for a buy.
Right.
Okay.
Because now we're changing direction.
This is a wait and watch. All of them are wait and watch. I'm just thinking about these tags though, Tom. I'm thinking about something like from a mental perspective of having a certain color on the tag that will tell me what I'm waiting for. Does that make, even though I can look at this really quickly and go green the middle, it's say, look, I'm waiting for it to pull back. I mean, I know that maybe that's all I need to do. But
Well, ask yourself
I was
this.
thinking change that one to a green.
Well,
Do
let
you
me
know what I
ask you
mean?
this. Yeah. Let me ask you this. How long did it take from that last triangle where it says long to
Yeah.
travel up to where it's at now?
2 days, 8 hours.
2 days. How long did it take for it to come out of the white rail at the bottom before it went back into the white rail at the bottom?
Sorry?
So you see
From
where
here?
it came? No, down further.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Across. How long does it take from the green triangle to get back to that white rail?
The top one or the bottom one?
The bottom. From there,
From
go
there.
down to the green triangle
Yeah.
and across where it came back into, keep going down
Oh, sorry.
and
Keep going down.
just go across
Oh,
when it got back into the white rail. How long did that take?
there to there. 16 hours.
How many candles?
Well, if they're 2 hour candles, it's like eight hours. Or 8 candles, sorry.
8
candles,
candles.
16 hours. Yeah.
16 hours.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if you have 16 hours to sit and look at that, do you really need a flag to tell you which way it's going?
No. That's all right.
So
And
the only
you
time
go,
I use those flags anymore is when I actually have a trade and it's been activated, and then I put a red flag on it, so my
yeah.
eye goes to that one
You-
immediately.
Yeah, you see, the issue for me here is, I'll just show you this. We have this long, that's fine at push start, but we still had red in the middle. It didn't go green until it came to the middle and then took off.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, you wouldn't take this trade this long because it's still red in the center.
You don't have to, but I mean, you could,
Yeah, but
because
it
you
would,
never got a short.
yeah, but it would be against, you mean never got a short here.
No, I'm saying if you look at your whole suite, see the cloud
Yep.
from the long,
Yep.
it traveled up,
Yep.
it
Oh,
turned
and you never
green,
got a short there.
and you never got a short.
Yeah, so you could
So
get into
you're
the.
not technically, you're not technically. You can take
Oh,
that trade because technically it's not a new long. You're still in it.
yeah, I'm just saying you probably wouldn't take the trade at this long here because it's still red in the middle.
Yeah, I know
That
what you mean. I can see what you mean, Brian.
you could take
Yeah,
it
I
here,
see what
but
you mean, Brian.
you could take
But
it at the pullback here because the cloud is green and you do then have it green. That's fine.
right.
I'm just talking about the
as
moment of actual of affecting the actual trade. Yeah. Okay.
because you can see over here where you got your long and it came from red ribbon to green and it pushed up, but the dots were red.
Mm-hmm.
So that cloud means nothing to me because the dots are red.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. It's interesting. I'm just looking at the
If you look at the 4 hour though on that one, then
yeah.
you're still only looking for sells. You're not
Yeah,
interested in
correct.
buys at that point.
Correct. It's
Right.
red.
So in that case, yeah, you wouldn't take that 2 hour long because, as you say, it was still a red. So you'd
Still
still be
red.
waiting
So
to come
here's
back down.
So here's an issue that I can see with it at the moment, Tom. I've got to go soon. So actually, see this 1 hour is still bearish, but we do
Mhm.
have a green line in the middle.
Mhm.
Why does the 1 hour? I mean, I understand the 4 hour and I understand the daily, but I don't understand the 1 hour.
Because it'll turn bearish if there has been, if there is a pullback it's still seen as significant.
No. This is what the actual trend is currently.
All right, okay. Don't know.
No, you see what I'm saying? If we
No, I get it. I get it.
yeah,
I actually don't know
why
why that
is
says
I
bearish.
know, but the 4 hour is, and if I go 4 hour and I change that to daily, well, you'll see that will be potentially green. Come on. I'm just trying to work out see, it's still green in the center. So that's why you've got a bullish. But if we go back to the 4 hour on that, you'll see that's bearish. But the 1 hour is saying bearish here, but we have a green in the middle. And the chart, well, the chart's that. But if I go back to the back to
I
here,
wonder
2
if it's
hour.
because it hasn't created a short yet.
No, because it's not part of that. The short and long are not part of the X48.
That's right. That's a twin range.
Correct. And
Huh.
so I'm just see the 1 hour and 4 hours there and that. Lower time frames have, and where it says chart, that's because we're on the 2 hour, right? And maybe it's got to do with these. Has it got to do with the triangles? I don't know.
Oh, maybe it
Go to
does.
the 1 hour
Because if
on
you go
that.
back to the 1 hour, you have the triangles there too.
Yeah, you got red triangles, but
That's what it
not
means.
that.
It's not the line, it's the triangles.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Has to be.
What is the last triangle, do you think?
It's got to be the last triangle, the most recent one.
All right. So if I do, let's see if this works.
It's not going to. Or at least I can't get it to work. Can you get that to work?
There. Oh, there's no table up.
Yeah. It's not going to show you the X48.
No.
No, the X48 definitely doesn't do
Replay.
replay. No, I've tried.
Okay.
Been there,
all
done
right,
that one.
all
Have
right.
you?
Oh, just, you know.
I mean, not to start throwing spanners in works, etc. But
I'm just trying to find it others.
uh, have you ever looked at Kevin Orm's Mum's Cloud
No,
indicator?
no, I haven't.
That's
I've
what
been
I
seeing-
use. That's what I use for change of trend, because it gives a very nice, just single column that says it's either a downtrend or an uptrend, and I find it very accurate. So
Hmm. I'm just looking at this though, Tom. That's all I'm sort of going, well, if it says that, then and we're on an hour, but does it come from that? I'll have to notice it over the next week or so.
It's got
what
to.
is that?
It's got to be the arrows.
Oh, it can't be. No, it can't be. Because look at the 4 hour, it says it's bearish and we've only got green triangles and we've got no red triangles.
No, Snapperdoodle, you're right. Look at that. The hell, I don't know. Unless it just means it's overall in the downtrend.
But it's not based on the middle line. It's not based on triangles. But what I will say though, Tom, this green center line is, or red line is important. And these triangles are important. This chart is less important.
yeah, I turned
for
the table
taking
off.
it for taking a trade, but it's not. See, these things are not necessarily.
Yeah, I have to say, it's when I was using that a while ago, it just confused me, and I thought, don't like it. I'll get rid of it. So,
But it's interesting, and with Tom's comments, he's going like, "Oh yeah, I get rid of this and that," and then you come back and you go, "Hang on a minute, if I understand it better." Then it actually
look,
is a help.
absolutely, yeah. No, I'm a beggar for getting rid of it because I don't understand it. I don't understand that. Get rid of it.
I don't understand it, so I'll get rid of it. That's right. But then again, it could be something that could assist you. So
yeah. Now you see, I am an absolute fanatic fib person now. Three coloured candles in a row. I'm fibbing them. And once upon a time, I couldn't understand Fibonacci for the bloody life of me. But now I do. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh, I can do that. Oh.
Anyway, you're probably right, Tom. It's no use flagging these. You only flag them when you're actually in a trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 colors. Yellow meaning it's close. I would put a yellow on this to go, hey, I got a red triangle. It's not in the middle. It's not, it's a good setup. That would be a yellow to me, like, hey, watch this when it's getting ready to turn. And then the red one is when I actually trigger a trade.
Yeah, well, and for me, I put red and green so I know whether it's in a buy or a sell.
Yeah, there you
well,
go.
you can look at it, but you've got the tags there. That's why I'm doing purple, because purple might be just look at, and then yellow might be, you might use traffic lights, really. Yeah. Maybe a different traffic lights, a different part of the world. Anyway, I need to go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you very much. It's been very, very interesting, this.
That's right. Non-farm payroll. And then let me have a look. Has news filtered down to the other side of the world yet? Hang on. No, nothing on there. Where the Google News? No. No, nothing on this news at the moment. No top stories. All right. Well, we'll see. All right then. Until I know it'll be pre-market open. So your Sunday afternoon, evening, my Monday morning. Let's see how we go. All right then.
Fair
And
enough.
I've got daylight saving comes off this weekend for me, so it'll be another hour difference. It'll be the same time for me, but it'll be an hour difference for you. So watch out. Watch out for the chat. I'll put in that,
So it's fall back then for the time. So rather than 11 o'clock for me, it'll be 10 o'clock for me.
I don't know. I suppose I'm going to put my clock back for an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No worries then. Oh yeah, because yours goes forward, doesn't? Because you're into. Yeah. It'll be back an hour. That's right. Okay. Whatever it was last time. All right.